It is difficult to budget for. The reason is that security always have fallen into risk mitigation category where the potential impact was huge, but the probability of occurrence was low. Right? So usually when you presented this to finance people, they found it very difficult to figure out how to properly budget for it. But that's where, I think, what still really helps is having an incident. Right? This is the only sure factor nowadays that still works in terms of getting budgets in place, if they're not already there. What it drives towards is that you need to understand your risk landscape, right? And you need to have a plan how to manage that risk, right? Security is fundamentally a risk management proposition, right? You have certain budgets which is driven by the amount of risk that you're carrying, and you're spending that budget according to a well thought out plan, understanding where your adversaries are coming from in mitigating these risks. However, this is kind of purely internal view. Where the external view helps is potentially, through activities such as, third-party audits, but also things like benchmarking. Benchmarking is, a bit of a hobby of mine. It's kind of working through your peers in the industry in trusted forums to understand, how they are doing, what threats they are seeing, how they characterize the threats to their business, and what they are doing to mitigate them, and then see how you fit against that. Information Security Forum is one of the organizations that does it pretty well, and we're working with them. Me thinking from a perspective of dealing with my supply chain, I would be most worried and look first at their external interfaces. So does the organization run a website or web-based e-commerce type of business? This would be kind of primary point of entry for any attacker. Helplines, people policies in terms of helpline response, user authentication, things like that. That's where I looked first. But these are definitely not just the areas you need to look at. You need to have a comprehensive security policy. I'd strongly suggest not focusing on any single area, but following a standard such as ISO 27001 to make sure that all the areas of a comprehensive security policy are covered. You cannot really win by focusing on just one of them.